హైదరాబాద్ రాయదుర్గంలోని భూమికి రికార్డు ధర పలికింది.
హైదరాబాద్ లో భూముల ధరలు
నాలెడ్జ్ సిటీలో ఎకరం 177 కోట్ల రూపాయలు
రికార్డు మోతలు మోగిస్తున్నాయి.
If the same auction happened in any other area, it won't get the same price. How many buildings in Neopolis can guarantee what their view is gonna be for the next 30 years?
Currently, Kokapet is not affordable.
Sir, 4 years, 25,000 I will lose that sale.
Average now is about 2,200 is what people want. Why 6,000?
I see real estate as product today.
Do you think that there's cold correction happening where nobody can really see it?
Seeing an increase in price even in the Kokapet market as we speak today.
There's a rumor that the government is going to eventually put a cap.
If we don't build Kokapet, Neopolis, all, the alternative is scary for all of us.
No, but I think Hyderabad is expanding at the right time.
If there was no unlimited FSI, what would happen?
What has changed there in high-rise?
The Kokapet area has held on to that price. Do you think the consumer market would allow me to continuously build in that area? Why is somebody at the lower floor not getting the same quality? Maids and delivery boys do not use these lifts. Design is the easiest thing to implement. Trying to educate people on what is good for them is a very hard business to attain and scale. Everybody roots for the underdog story.
Hi everyone, today we have Snehith with us. It's going to be a very interesting episode. Stay tuned, listen to the whole thing, don't miss anything from this episode. Thank you so much for being with us today. I want you to tell the story that you told me. Since it's so interesting, I didn't want to say it. So please tell the audience your story.
Yeah. So I'm Snehith Meda, partner at Infra, second generation real estate. See, what happens is in a country like ours, worshipping the founder is real. Have your individual contributors. At the same time, you will have your day-to-day
Operation. Yeah.
and both are important. We cannot structure an organization on one and say, the other is right.
Not
You have to figure out a way where you're pleasing both.
Like, since you've been in different verticals of things, how has it contributed to your real estate side of things for you?
Yes. So once I felt I gained certain professional proficiency, I've started my first company. I was a co-founder. I was the last co-founder in the organization because I brought certain enthusiasm and energy to the organization. I'd like to believe. So we started One Basket. It was agri supply chain.
I've heard about One Basket.
So we did subscription basis food. The lesson I learned in One Basket, I took an exit, but otherwise also there is a great lesson I learned in One Basket. If you go around trying to educate people on what is good for them, it's a very hard business to stay in and scale. So my father, Mr. Meda Reddy, he was one of the founders in EIPL. Yeah. And the group split in 2022 or something around there. So there was an offshoot of it, like E-Infra. Now, I felt, okay, I've done this. Now I have a startup on a plate. And on a much larger scale. I have a fantastic team at Hala. Where there is a lot of trust between us because 10 years, 12 years together.
Right.
After that, I think I did raise a lot of capital for E-Infra, right? Because we had good projects all within the ORR, where the residential districts have already been established. They just needed a medium to converse with the banks, NBFCs, explain okay, I'm not a new brand. We are a legacy player. Right? Don't treat me like a... Because the projects, all of them are close to... each project that I'm talking about, which we launched in 23, they're all close to 10 lakh, 11 lakh SFT on average. Those, all of our projects, except for probably Moonglid, which is pretty big. But they're not small size projects, right? I'm working with a new brand name. right? I don't think even you've heard of e-infra. Like, be honest.
No, I have.
Oh. but
Yeah.
but relatively young, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, someone not maybe from Hyderabad, who who are not into real estate, not looking at property or anything. Then yeah, maybe it's highly possible. But yeah, but I've heard of it.
everybody roots for the underdog story. We've been developing a project called Skyline. It's some 63 floors on the Kokapet main road. It's like a baby for me. Now,
So tell us about the tallest tower.
with Skyline, what our thought was, we can build a homegrown branded residence kind of a product. I see real estate as product today, not anymore as.
It's not an emotion anymore. It's what.
It is an emotion, but the only way I can differentiate, like, considering whatever I've said to be here, is I have to look at it like a product. Only then I'll do justice to it. Because when I look at a product with Skyven, what our thought was, if we are doing say 240 meters on an established street, like it's on the Gandipet main road, like where everything around me is already built, what is the advantage am I getting out of it? Right? I could have, like, matlab, even Vas uncle, landlord, he could have also, like, just said, like, why? Like, it's a established area. I have residential all around me. I can do a nice commercial building here. Right? I'll secure easy build and all.
Right.
But it gave a very unique proposition because everything around me is built. Right? What is the advantage of being in a place where everything around is built and I have access to a massive road? If I go tall, I can genuinely promise a customer that the view you see today
Is what you see. I mean, what you get later also.
Yeah, and it will last. Again,
Yeah,
I
what
feel
according to you is ultra?
privacy.
Yeah.
See, at the end of the day, what are we, like, we are social creatures, but we crave our silence. We crave our peace. The farther...
I think that's something that I've noticed in Hyderabad, where no matter what happens, we will never... That's why row houses does not have a market in Hyderabad, is what I think. Because I think it's... Say, there's a requirement for it, say in Chennai or Bangalore, I can say that, but there's no market for row houses in Hyderabad. I think that's a very... I don't know what it is, but I think...
Dil se shaan wala.
Yeah, because people will go a little away but still get something that gives them their privacy. Yeah. The average now is about 2,200 is what people want. But yeah, so again, why 6,000?
At height, what is the premium as a product I can offer you? The balcony. Right?
Yeah.
That is the only premium I can offer you, right? I can't give you a 1,000 square yard plot with a 400 square yard backyard. I can't do that. I mean, I can offer you balconies which offer you fantastic views where you don't feel like somebody's looking at me. Most times you look at an apartment, what do you see in that balcony? Clothes hanging.
Yeah.
When you really have a view from that balcony, and there are, like, you don't need to have a 6,000 SFT to have a view.
Yeah.
There are some balconies across the city where, like, you will have great views. You will use them more as social space and not as utility space. Right? And by definition, if I take a 2,500 and say I'll give you, say, even 10% of it as balcony, is 250 SFT, not a lot of space. If I give you 20%, suddenly you start complaining again. See, the true carpet area you're giving is so much lesser.
But
than
also I feel like with, say, someone buying a 6,000 SFT and someone buying, say, a 2,000 SFT, your TG is also very different.
Yes.
No? Your consumer market is not like colliding with each other as well here.
But at that spot, we all felt the better product is the 6,000.
Because you had a TG in mind.
Yes.
Is that why?
No, because I have the established area around me, right?
Right,
Like, so
of
everything
course, that,
around
yeah.
me is built. So the USP, I don't have to build.
The community itself is now
Yeah.
It's already
It's
there.
already
Yeah.
established, it's there,
Yeah.
and everybody around me is
Yeah.
already built, so I got views. Now, what is the most unique thing I can sell which says something like, oh, this, I don't know if I'm gonna piss people off or not. I'm like, fair enough, but this is a fair argument, right? If you were a Neopolis, right? How many buildings in Neopolis can guarantee what their view is gonna be for the next 30 years?
None, I think.
I can relatively guarantee to a much larger extent.
But how many people actually cared for it? Honestly, I want to know. Like,
At the 6000 spec, they do.
yeah, also that. Right. Yeah.
Ergo the product.
Yeah. So again, when you say 6,000, obviously the density of it, the people density is lesser than the
Yeah.
building. The building density remains the
Yes.
same, obviously. So does that affect your cost of construction because it's a 6,000 SFT unit? Hence, the number of units are lesser. So does the cost, the construction cost, reduce at any aspect, or it remains the same?
So with height, it's gonna keep increasing, right?
Right,
Because steel is more expensive than
Yeah.
concrete. So when you want to make sleek spaces, tall spaces, you tend to use more steel. So you debulk things, right? Like there's either I put more concrete. There is a certain ratio between the two.
Yeah.
What happens is the cost of construction is it's not like, say if something is 30 floors, it's costing you X. Something is 60 floors, it costs you 2X. My cost is gonna keep increasing.
Okay.
Right? If you want me to get to the price of it, something like this, including the land cost, what do you say? The laws, the building codes, I cannot have common walls in Hyderabad.
Right.
Every bedroom needs to get ventilation. So the moment I do 2200s, more cuts, right? More slab area I'll lose because it's price sensitive to begin with to build. What happened in the city is that unlimited FSI. It is good and it is bad, both. The underlying technology is accessible. There is repetition of that work already being done in the country. There's proficiency at the ground level. So we all became comfortable. Now what, like, every one of us dreamt. And every one of us dreamt in one micro market.
Cluster of things affects a lot of aspects. I suppose you're coming to that, right? To
Yeah.
the unlimited FSI.
Yes. So now, what will happen when you have higher supply than demand? You're gonna have a stagnation in price. We are seeing an increase in price even in the Kokapet market as we speak today.
Do you think that there's like this cold correction happening where nobody can really see it, because even the appreciation is not at a rapid scale?
Yeah. Today, if I tell somebody, sir, 4 years, 25,000 I will lose that sale because the customer is not willing to listen to whatever I say. He wants me to give an assessment of what I think is real. And then he will make the decision whether he still wants to go ahead and do it. See, 4 years is a long time. Anything can happen, right? Like anything can happen. But at least, like, if you are being reasonable about what can happen, it will translate to a sale. So, in terms of correction, I think the correction's already started. It is started. Like, I mean, I am nobody to say it, but everybody knows. It started. It's been happening for a while, but it's consolidating again. And why is it consolidating again? Is also because of unlimited FSI. Urbanization in our country is around, say, 30-35%,
Yeah.
not more than that. Most of
Yeah.
our population still lives in rural India.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, this is the way it transitioned in every country till now, and I don't think we will be an exception to it. It's a matter of when. There is gonna be urbanization, at least for the foreseeable 20-25 years. Now, with unlimited FSI, we are able to build monuments for all these people. Why do you go to the Worli Sea Link in Bombay? This is skyline only, no? why, like, you know, so many repeated drone shots of the Durgam Charu cable bridge and, like, you know, around T Hub. You see,
Yeah.
you fly a drone, it'll fly there.
Yeah.
Because that's the aspiration the area built, right? And why was it possible? Because we had unlimited FSI. If there was no unlimited FSI, what would happen? The higher I go, the more expensive it would be. So would somebody pay me 30,000 per SFT to live on the 40th floor? They wouldn't know. I mean, our market hasn't matured to the point that 40,000, 50,000, if I say I'll do it in Hyderabad, my product when I'm putting on paper only, I'll fail, no? It allowed us to dream. While we dreamt, it'll create a lull spot, which combined, I feel all of us, whether it be buyer sentiment, the developers continuing to push and continuing to build these, like we've built good buildings. We are starting today.
No, but I think Hyderabad is expanding at the right time, you know, because the planning is better.
Yeah.
In terms of, because it's a new city that we're building. It's not an existing, like it's not in the old city. It's not in Begumpet or, you know, which is already constructed. We're expanding at the right time where your drainage system, everything is planned better now. I think Hyderabad is growing at the right time.
Yeah. No, another thing with like if we see the reason why because I have this conversation with a lot of the peers in the industry also. It's if we don't build Kokapet, Neopolis tall, the alternative is scary for all of us.
How so?
Most of your jobs are getting created in Financial District, Raidurgam, right? Now, I can't keep having people travel 1.5 hours, 2 hours to get to a place of work, again travel 2 hours, no life, what is work-life balance, get frustrated, and we are all following, in, like, it is frustrating, man. It does, I mean, it does not need me to tell that.
Yeah.
What happens in that cycle is you're stuck in that loop, like where, you know, this, my day is done.
But also affordability, right?
Yeah.
To a lot of people, currently Kokapet is not affordable. Right?
But the sales are not saying the same. You are looking at it from, look at it like this, right? 35-year-old, husband, wife working, they'll be able to afford Kokapet. Whether they want to or not is a different thing.
No, I meant like, okay, say suppose I wanted 2,200 and family home income is say about, on an average, say 20 lakhs per annum. On an average,
Yes.
20-25 lakhs, both put together. I don't know if it's affordable for them.
Bombay had the same issue, right? So what did they do? They reduced the flat sizes. You get an 800 SFT
Again, Hyderabad, again, that's not going to happen because people want their
they
luxury.
will reject my product outright. If I build an 800 SFT in Kokapet saying it's a 2, then you can do a 3 BHK in 900 also. Like, I mean, if we set ourselves to the Bombay standard, right?
Yeah.
But the market is gonna reject my product, right?
Yeah.
So what is my alternative? I have to look at destinations like say Kollur, Tellapur, now Budwel. Why only these? Bachupalli to a large extent.
How have you seen the journey according to you from say 2000 onwards? How has the journey been for high rise?
2000?
Yeah.
I was too young back then. But like, see, from when I started clearly seeing like some ceilings were being broken kind of a situation. I think, again, not naming names, Kukatpalli saw the first ones.
Yeah, I know.
Like they've done good heights.
Yeah.
Eventually, today we are seeing high rises is because of the same point, is because the market is able to hold to a certain price, certain cost. Affordability, again, if we want an affordable product, as a developer, I only have 2 leverages that I can do. I can't reduce quality of your construction, right? I can't say, I just want to make it affordable, right? वो मेरे हाथ में होता तो मैं भगवान हो जाता ना. what is the only two levers I have? Either I tweak the location, tweak the size. Beyond these two, I really can't do anything. I could do a villa, say 100 kilometers away, but I won't find the customer.
Talking about FSI, right? The government, there's a rumor that the government is going to eventually put a cap on it. What is your take on that?
The dichotomy is the same for if you're looking at FSI, right? Like now if I remove, right, like say there is a cap, right? Now if I want to build tall, what is it that is gonna happen? There is gonna be an added cost in the TDR and the entire thing. So now if somebody wants to build a 40 floor, what is gonna be 10,000 is gonna be 20,000, right? Now, is the buyer ready to buy it at a 20,000 per SFT, right? That is the first question. It'll come out. Now, then we're gonna say it's too priced, right? Like eventually, like for Hyderabad, if I'm saying 25,000, 30,000, everybody's gonna say like it's too priced. It's priced out, right? The alternative is gonna be I do lower end of the spectrum. If you know FSI dictates me to do 23 floors, I'll do 23 floors, right? Then what happens? The yield for the landowner is gonna reduce. So what justifies the
whether
high
it's
price?
rental yield or ROI, whatever.
So what justifies the high price for the land?
You tell me.
No, if there is a cap on FSI, what like and suddenly I can't build 60 floors because I am sure I won't find a buyer at 35,000 per SFT in Hyderabad. I'm sure of it. So the only alternative I'll have is to build under the FSI regulation. Like you know whatever the cap is given to me, I'll build there. So what could previously have been a 60 floors, I'm gonna do a 24 floors, 25, 27 floors, whatever the number we are capping it at. So now if I'm doing a 27 floors, the yield reduced per acre, right? The reason land prices are increasing is because the yield per acreage is increasing, right? So what happens next? So how are we
there
justifying
might be a correction
at the land price level?
Yeah.
Then how are we gonna auction the next Neopolis? It's like what?
It's not making sense to you, the map.
Yeah, so either we create a place where we are saying like, you know, we cannot do anything to the historical that has happened. The Kokapet micro market is already established. See, now today if you say like, let's put a cap on FSI, I am the happiest guy in the world. Right? Because I already have a 60-story approval and I'm building it, right? So now suddenly there is a cap on FSI. My competitor to compete with me, he has to increase his price, naturally increasing my price, but his cost is higher.
But is the government facility in terms of infrastructure, whether it's road, public service, transport, all of that, is it there to accommodate that density?
What causes traffic, right? It's not the size of the road, it's the driving pattern of the road. Right, here, bear with me, right? Anybody who's been to Singapore, the roads are as wide as the ones in Neopolis or Kokapet Financial District, right? Like, I mean, it's gonna be the same 150 feet or 200 feet roads. You don't find as much congestion in Singapore as you find in Hyderabad, right? Like, it's a valid point. And the older and older towards the city we go, the more and more we feel congestion in a certain spots. Hyderabad has a very unique problem of congestion. We are not like Bangalore, where everything is congested everywhere in pockets. We get congested unidirectionally. I mean, it's also because like consecutive governments have worked towards the west, right? So in the morning you move from Kukatpalli to high-tech city or Gachibowli, one lane is jam-packed. I mean, one side, the other side it flows freely.
Yeah.
It's the same with any artery of Hyderabad that we are seeing.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the inherent issue, that issue can only be solved through public transportation. All why we are still going ahead and saying Neopolis is a good bet is because we are all noticing the same thing, right? Like, because the population of the city is distributed across the city, but they're all coming to the same,
Direction, like the same region, which is the west.
yes, which is
Yeah.
Gachibowli, Madhapur. Now, surprisingly, we don't have a metro from Kukatpalli to high-tech city. You have to go all the way Amirpet and all. But eventually it'll come, right? I feel in a large part, Kokapet is better prepared than any other part in the city. But I still feel like if you look at the way those areas are all designed as well, like the roundabouts are too huge. There is scope for increasing the lanes at which you do turnarounds, right? And the other junction, I feel like it's just a matter of one flyover, two flyover to just get past it, right? It's not a problem of, like, okay, let me give you an example, right? You take any other area other than Kokapet Financial District, any other area. Your road is broad at some spot and then it suddenly narrows down and then it broadens again and then again narrows down, right? That is what causes congestion, right? And all your roads have multiple entry points and exit points. See,
Yeah.
there is a difference between an expressway and a highway. The expressway controls how many entry and exit points you're gonna have on a road and thereby increasing higher speeds,
Right.
like the average speed. Now, considering what all of us are doing to the micro market, eventually the Narsinghi municipality is gonna be one of the richest municipalities in the country for that matter. Because you have such a huge density of high rises coming in that municipality,
Yeah.
like, and they're all gonna pay property taxes, they're all gonna
Yeah,
like
of
be part
course.
of the municipality, right? Now it's gonna generate so much capital. What do you think will happen to the capital? What is under our control? Whatever happens in our buildings, are we doing things efficiently? Are we managing our traffic efficiently, our entry points, exit points onto the main roads efficiently? If you have a 90-degree turn onto the main road, eventually what will happen? You are going to take a longer turn to get onto the main road. So you're going to disrupt more than a single lane to enter even a 3-lane road. Right?
That's a very good topic. In fact, I want to get to that next, right? Again, true story. One of my friend moving, again, not mentioning names, she was very excited, moved into a very nice gated community, high rise. She was very excited. She's like, it's so beautiful. It has this amenity, that amenity, and all that. And then eventually 1 week later, she called. She's like, my God, I'm getting late to school. Because she couldn't, it was not even the elevator. It was the waiting time at the garage. She couldn't get out, right? Of course, it's at the peak time, I agree. But of course, that's a delay, right? It's inside, it's under your control. What do you do for that?
Some of the things, right, like you rightly mentioned, and I've seen this, even I notice this sometimes, that a lot of times, again, like, I don't want to like point yes, no, here, there and all. A lot of times, a lot of gated communities have multiple accesses to the communities, but we
Correct.
use only one access, right?
Yes.
Eventually,
You have like 10 gates, but only 3 gates are active. Yeah.
right? It is a decision of why do we make that decision? Let's get to why do we. If I have to operate 10 gates, I need manpower 10 into 3, 10 into 4. It will add up again to the maintenance, right? Okay, even if a community does not have so many accesses, it's got one access. A lot of times what happens is how we manage traffic at the entry and exit points. The bottlenecks happen whenever something slows down, right? So in a lot of communities these days, you see RFID tags, like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're, which are leapfrogging on the fast tag itself without separate RFID tag. You have a fast tag, the boom opens. How quickly will they open? How efficient will they open? So if we don't stop at that one spot, right, and explain to the guard, मुझे बाहर जाना है, मुझे अंदर जाना है, I'm entering this flat, I'm entering that flat. The more seamless those systems we can make, the faster it is to entry and exit from a certain community. Now bottlenecks, again, a lot of times it depends on our expectation of certain things. See, most times when we plan traffic flow, we have consultants who work on traffic flow, and I have these conversations with them as well. And all these points I'm telling you, it's not like my brain telling me these points. When I had these deliberations, and they tell us, sir, these are the challenges that we have. Then I ask them the question also, why don't you plan that internal traffic, like, you know, where they will come again? Then the question will be like, you know, if I have a luminar flow, like that means if this block, it always flows in this line, it's much easier to predict what's gonna happen. But now when I have like a diversion, like one could go right, one could go left, then I'm entering a space of probability. Then I'll have to design your pathways inside your massive parking lots based on probability. Let's assume 30% will go right. Let's assume, I mean,
Yeah, probabilities, again, it's very subjective.
yes.
Yeah.
So now, how are they then gonna like design the flow inside a building? I'm not saying the consumer is wrong. Please don't get me wrong.
Right,
It's
right.
like what happens is, if we like look at it from true logical sense, nobody in this world can build a frictionless entry exit into anything. Design can only be pushed to a certain extent. How we use the design is
Got it.
right, because as a builder, none of us are gonna build saying, "Arey, like nee edanna gatti padesta em kaadu."
Yeah.
We are worried too.
Yeah. What are the top 5 things you consider when you're building a high rise? What are the top most priority as a builder for you? Again, from, since I'm assuming that I'm the consumer, which needs not the technical side of, not too technical, but something that would make sense to me as well. But what are the top 5 things for you?
First, I'd feel like my entry points, exit points need to be clean. Right? If not for me, for the guests who are visiting my apartment, it should be clean. See, like,
I'm also considering construction, all right? So
yeah, I will get there
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but this is if at a personal level, because we spoke
Because
about
it's at an experience level as
Yes.
well, right? Yeah.
because it's like a continuation to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
traffic jams
yeah,
within the community, right? So partly also like see, if I know where my car park is, muscle memory will kick in 6 months, 7 months. You will know where your car park is. You do your left, right, left, right, left, right. You go.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to think too many times.
Yeah.
It's the same like we live in one colony. Sometime inside from the main road, we know left, right, left, right. But the same thing when a guest comes to your house, it suddenly will be like he'll call you from the main road. Ikkada kirana shop కనిపించిందా ఆడ లెఫ్ట్ తీసుకో ఓకే ఆడ హనుమాన్ మందిర్ కనిపించిందా రైట్ తీసుకో like you know why, because he's not used to that location, right? Like, so one of the things, like when we are doing these high rises, Skyline is single tower, so that's a different thing. But if say something like Moonglade, I have 7 towers, 14 acres, it's gonna be like a really wide parking plate. How we are getting our guest inside, creating the least amount of confusion, is one of the challenges that we need to solve. Again, actually this should have been first, price. If price does not come, if economics does not allow you to build it, we are gonna build ghost cities. So a lot of times when we are looking at high rises, I think one of the things we should look at is the price in that micro market gonna hold? Right? So
Yeah.
first, foremost, price. Second, you need to have an army. The thing that I can do it will kill you when you're building a high rise. See, when you're doing villas, what happens is a lot of times, I've heard this. I've heard this.
Yeah.
Friends, cousins who are building there, I'm sure you've heard it too. విల్లానే కదా దీనికి మళ్ళా స్ట్రక్చరల్ ఇవన్నీ ఎందుకు లైక్ కట్టేస్తారు. You have to let go of thing when you have to build a high rise. When you're building something above 150 meters, you will need an army of around 15 to 17 consultants.
So when you say consultants, it's your vertical transport, your parking.
Like you should start with the big men first, architects. I mean,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I mean, there is an hierarchy on how you get.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, this is a joke I do with my architects. I'm like, because they're the visionaries,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Like the architect,
Yeah.
right? You want an architect who understands your vision. It's important that he understands your vision, whether it is uh, efficiency, whether it's grandeur, whether it's design, whatever it is. The moment you and your architect have a good connect, a decently good building comes out. Then the architect is gonna say, I want to do this. Then the structural engineer comes. Right? Like you need the structural team to say, okay, you are saying we'll do this crisscrosses and everything and everything. Okay, for to do this, these are all the things that you need to do. They do the thing. Now I have to test the structural engineer also, because I can't believe one person saying that this building will stand. Right? So we have a peer review. So after the peer review also, depending on the height, one government authority reviews the building. If it is below 150 meters, I think it's JNTU. If it is above, I think 170 is the, I might be 170. If it is above 170, one of the IITs have to sign off on the structural design. After it goes to structure, peer review, then a government body. Then you'll have your facade consultants, because you need to plan for everything. I can't take a ventilator which I use on a G+4 building and say I'll put it on the 60th floor. It won't work. The mechanism at which it should open, right? It can't open 90 degrees. You see, like a lot of times, like again, Dubai, they open 6 degrees, 7 degrees, not more than that, because they shouldn't fail. At those heights, failure is could be fatal, right? Like so, there is somebody who's gonna tell you what should be the make of the material, right? Like your everything, including the window thickness, the kind of doors you should use, the latches you should use. I am asking the question, but like because this question was in my head too.
Yeah.
What is this high-rise charges which builders charge? Right? You know, right?
Yeah.
As you go higher,
yeah.
there is a charge that I'm charging to the builder.
Yeah.
View charges, it's subjective. Some might like it, some might not like it. But you don't, no builder will say waive off on the high-rise charges, right? There should be some logic, right? It's like all of these guys combined together. What happens is we get an estimate of what is the product that has to be used at every level. You're gonna get the same product throughout the building, but for efficiency's sake, because see, if I take a product which can take, say, like just saying, which can sustain at a 60th floor, and I use it on the first floor, that does not mean I'm building a good product. I'm building an inefficient product. Right? Like, see, over quality is inefficiency.
Okay.
I know that's a very tricky statement, but you have to look at it realistically, right? We have this DGU, double glazed glass, everybody knows, everybody says, right? Even in that, there is thickness of glass, the gap in between the two glasses, double layered glasses, and in between there is a gap. It's really strong.
So you're saying that changes as you go higher because of the speed, the strength of the speed.
Yes. And now the question should be like, why is somebody at the lower floor not getting the same quality? They are getting the same quality. It is based scientifically on what is required at that floor. Right? And because that directly translates to the cost.
Right.
It's just not at the window level, it's with everything. The door, the hinge of the door, how much pressure should it be able to handle? Imagine a door lashing on at the 60th floor. That's a scary thought.
Oh, especially with kids around.
Yeah. It's a scary though. I have a small baby, so it's even like
I think I just got like a little.
So the material that has to be used at the hinge, the technology at the hinge level will be different from what is it at the 4th floor or 5th floor.
What are the new things? What has changed there in high rises?
One of the questions, like one of the things that I always felt very awkward, no? Like when we go to a high-rise building, one board will be there. Maids and delivery boys do not use these lifts. Is it wrong for the owners to say most of the lifts should be working for them? No. Is it wrong for the delivery boy to think that I will pick the fastest lift I can find and go up?
No.
No. So how am I enforcing that segregation? Before you start the building, the design intent itself should be in such a way that if an owner of the building is using certain lifts, all those lifts should only be accessible by them. Right? If that has to happen, then the service lifts have to be on another wing of the building, where the accesses and entry points for that service area is separate. So as soon as you enter the gate, if I put the two-wheeler car parkings at the service lifts corridor, most likely nobody feels discrimination, because I'll go pick up the closest door to me. I open the closest door, there are 3 lifts. Okay, I'm waiting here. Right? And at the same time, the frustration for the building owners also reduces. Are ee lift lo only maname vaartunam, like, you know, no service
But you
activities
have so
happening.
many wings, and how do you get to that, right?
Yeah, again, I'm saying, like, it is not possible to do this in all residential buildings, but wherever it's possible, we should look at the design aspect first
Got it.
before we come to technology, because design is the easiest thing to implement. The next thing is technology. Now, all we can do is increase the speed of lifts, right?
Sounds quite scary, even that.
But again, like, the fear, right? Like, okay, I'll give you an example. When I was younger, when the first escalators came in the city, I think it was in Central or no, Lifestyle, I don't know. I think Lifestyle building.
Shopper's Stop.
Shoppers Stop. When the first escalator came in the city, or like, I don't know, the first time I was getting on, I was scared. My mother was scared for a really long time, right? But did we not evolve, or not evolve to chod dur ki baat, did we not all get used to it? See, the step, the only thing we can do is increase the speed. Right? What else can I do? I can't give jetpacks.
It's not dangerous in any way if you increase the speed, is it?
I'm not even like, so we are talking at like say 4 meters per second. That will be like.
But I've seen a lot of lifts that are extremely slow in a high rise. It's very frustrating.
Because like it also depends on the day the high rises were built. Like I said, it's a price sensitive thing to build. See, again, in lifts, right, to go from 2.5 meter per second to 4 meter per second, it's not a straight math. The cost of the 4 meter per second lift is gonna be significantly higher. Significantly. 2 to 4 is not a double, is more than a double. So if a high rise was built, say 5 years ago, they probably, because of the cost of that day for the price, they probably would have gone somewhere between 3 meter per second, somewhere around there. But today, with the market being able to reach those prices that we spoke about in this micro market, the speed of the lifts is one thing we can do. In terms of design, again, there's another design which is being used in the market. One is elevator lobbies, opening it into the foyers, and that is one way to do design. Technology, if you see, most of it is programmed, right? Like you can select the floor number and it'll tell you which lift to pick up. But that one, again, like I had that thought, but then that I thought through like the lens, if my grandmother comes to my house and she comes to the ground floor, she should first know that she should go to this panel and tell that I want to go to 53rd floor. Right? Like educating consumer, I learned that the easiest we keep it to them, the happiest. One button, press it, one light will come, that lift is coming. So I can do speed. I mean, we all can do speed. And the technology we are using is not built for Hyderabad, not built for India, it's worldwide. Like it's not I'm not saying as Indians we can't do it, I'm just saying that it is tested worldwide. We are adopting it now. So one small leap of faith. That escalator story, remember it please. It
But
was so
talking
true.
about scary things, what happens when the fire comes in? And I'm referring to the article that came out as
Oh,
well.
yeah. So what happens is, if I have to solve that problem from the ground, it's gonna be a challenge irrespective of which country we live in. It's simply not possible to build again something from scratch to reach the heights that we are talking about, right? So when we are looking at a skyscraper, usually it's defined into zones where ground recovery is going to be possible, where air recovery is going to be possible, and similarly zones where I can like work it out from bottom, and you will have systems to work from top down, right? Currently, the entirety of our country depends on the bottom to top approach. Like, matlab, the fire engine is gonna come, the ladder is gonna come, and then like the pressure, and then hit and all that. Other than that, like the future, not very far off also, and it is not a matter of the technology not being there. It's just a matter of, did the fire department need that technology? Now I'm sure they'll feel that there is a need, and there is going to be a tender process for the whole thing, and like how is the money going to come for all of that? It's all these high rises, we do pay certain developmental charges, right? Like it's not going to come free, but you see in Dubai, like there was a fire recently, right? Like there were just drones spraying water, right? Then again, through design again, what we do is there are going to be refuge floors every 7-8 floors, then pressurized fire stairways, pressurized fire lifts. All of this included, there is always scope for new technology and fire retardant materials. There is a very specific list of materials which we are supposed to be using at certain heights. That includes for our interiors, right? Like, see, at the end of the day, fire is not just the problem of the builder.
Talking about experience again, right? I think it's very common where you see a lot of attrition rate being all over the place, with whether it's a plumber, electrician, all of that. What is your take on that?
Yeah. See, in a villa project, right? Like if there is a plumber that is required, the skill set for the plumber is manageable in terms like, there's not much innovation I'll do in plumbing lines in a villa project, because it's not handling the kind of pressures which a high-rise is handling, right? So typically what happens, you'll have an in-house plumber, electrician, he'll come, he'll check, madam ye pipe, ye valve kuch ho gaya, main jaake lekar aata hu. He'll go, he'll fix it, all well and done, right? And it happens. Now, the first thought, right, like if I'm doing a high rise, if we are all doing a high rise, or like something like a 63-story building, we shouldn't be dependent on that one guy's skill set, right? That the plumber will go and identify. Not that he's not smart or anything. It's just that why should we be dependent on a person going and identifying the issue, right? So there are ways that we tackle these things, right? One is, we do a lot of digital twin simulations in Hala, or like, where we say like, okay, this is the battery, and if this is the usage, and this is how it's gonna degrade and all, and then we do a reality simulation and all that and all that. Something similar we do in real estate as well. It's called a BIM model, BIM. I don't know, I mean, I know, but right now I'm not getting it, but whatever it is, you can look it up. So what we do is we create a digital twin of the building. When I'm saying digital twin, it's not a 3D model. Like it's not a marketing thing. It's for the question you answered, right? So what do we do in a BIM modeling kind of a situation? We are gonna see if a column exists, what is the steel lattice in it, how much concrete went in it. If a conduiting wire ran, it has to be on the BIM model. If a wire is placed, it has to be on the BIM model. Right? If a plumbing line is done, it will be on the BIM model. And it's a digital twin, right? So essentially what happens, you have a digital twin of the building, and you have every service, every wire, anything goes into your building is mapped digitally. The make, manufacture, the specifications of the product is all on a digital twin. Now we integrate this to a building management system, right? Like, so how do we look at building? So you see, like you've been in the tech world, right? Like grade A commercial offices. You don't see flickering lights. Why? Because there is a active building management system. As in, at least at a circuit level, I know if something is fluctuating. So my service my facility management team comes and checks why is it fluctuating. If they see a light, they change it. As opposed to most residential buildings, it will be like we put on our group saying like, floor 32 इस घर के सामने का light fluctuate हो रहा है. Right?
Yeah.
So if we eliminate that reactiveness and have a digital twin attached to a building management system,
So it becomes proactive.
yes, and it is an active management system. So
Right.
tomorrow the efficiency. See, I am thinking of the world like of a world like again. This I don't want to promise, but this I want to get. If I can offshoot a startup off of it, I will do that too. But see, typically what happens, a plumber comes from ground floor, 40th floor, he'll come, he'll see circuit are third light fault hai, chalo, वापस नीचे जाता है, inventory, open the inventory, take that inventory, come up again and then place it. But imagine you are in a room with computers and everything and then it's telling you 45th floor, this light is fluctuating. Now the plumber knows, I mean the electrician knows what is the make of that light. Most likely because you know the make of light, some inventory I would have left if it isn't during that phase or something, or like, you know, you stock up on inventory, best way. So what is the electrician going to do? He's going to go to the inventory room, pick up that light, go to the 42nd floor, fix it, come down. One lift journey as opposed to two. You gain efficiency.
So, you know, we've learnt that our twin lakes are not, it's not fit for drinking, even after implementing 111 Geo. Where do you think we're going to go with, you know, with the water situation in Hyderabad?
Right? Like, so how can we do that? Like I said, I don't want to go into the business of educating a consumer because I've faced the hardship of that. Right? Without educating him, what can I do? One, have better like, you know, faucets, taps, right? Efficient STPs, right? STPs which are maintained. See, I can give the infrastructure, but the infrastructure has to be maintained. Like, you know, the sewage treatment plant is not gonna keep treating the sewage infinitely. Third, when it comes to water, a lot of times in our country, at a consumer level also, we are not very efficient with our water usage, right? Primarily because the moment we move into a gated community, the maintenance is being, like, you know, bulked up and said this much maintenance divided by, if there are 210 flats, divided by 210 you take. But you need to get to, like, with all the building management systems and everything, we should be able to identify how much water you are using and have
A cap to it.
not a cap, a broken cap. Like, if you break a certain limit, you have to pay a broken amount of money.
Right, the difference amount. Right.
So it's like positive enforcement to good behaviors rather than saying negative, negative, negative.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good approach. Yeah.
And with the BIM and the active building management system, leakages should be something we should be able to identify sooner. Again, we can only do so much. Like, I know this, I don't want to say, I want to solve all of world's problems.
Yeah.
But if I could do that, I would be solving all of world's problems. What I can do
Is do what within your capacity. I'm going to now come to the hot topic. Okay, the new auction that happened recently with 177 crores per acre. I mean, mind blowing, but what are your thoughts on that?
if the same auction happened in any other area, right, including financial district or Neopolis, it won't get the same price.
Right, again, it's the location, right?
Yes.
That's what matters.
So, if you look at it, Rayadurgam with the metro and the nice walkways, the life has come. It's become an aspiration. Unless the metro comes to Neopolis, I mean,
But you
commercial at that scale.
foresee it. I mean,
Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll come. Like I said,
Yeah.
like what is the government gonna do
it
with
all
all the
depends
money?
on how eventually, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, eventually, like it's not that far.
Yeah.
I mean, there are smarter people than us who know this fact.
Yeah. I think today's episode, there's a new point of view, right? Like all the reels are saying new POV, but I've gotten something, where I'm looking at things differently when it comes to real estate. But thank you for being honest on our podcast and giving us a lot of information. And I'm sure our audience appreciate. They love facts. They love reality. It's not always painting a beautiful picture for them, right? So thank you for making our time today, and I thoroughly enjoyed the episode.
Thank you.